Jared, and this is Effortless Qigong. Welcome to this live stream. Either you're watching this live or you're watching a replay, I want to invite you here to the channel. Effortless Qigong is the home of simple, easy to do Qigong that we can do every single day to clear stress, promote vitality, and help cultivate that youthful vitality. As we're aging, we want to make sure that we're moving in a variety of ways. As we're going through stressful ups and downs in life, as we're experiencing life in its varied, challenges and the beautiful sides of life, Qigong has a place in all of this. If you're new to what Qigong is, just know that it is the practice of less stress, more energy. It's a movement practice, kind of like yoga, but very different. So welcome here to the channel. This morning, I want to go live and talk about how Qigong can be used for the morning, okay? I recently just launched the Effortless Qigong Elevate video library subscription, which is an online platform that is hosted by the Movement program. And it's basically, you can use it as an app or on your computer. And what's great about it is that it's a web app, and so you don't need to download it. You can actually just basically save a spot on your phone, and it works just like it is an app, but it's not, so that's really cool. Every week, new routines will be uploaded. There's already 3 Qigong journeys on there, and one of them is the 28-day morning Qigong challenge. This content was created through my initial beta program for my Master Your Morning Routine beta program, where we did a deep dive with those who went through that program into the foundations of building a morning routine, but using Qigong as the centerpiece. And what we're going to do in this live stream is we're going to go through 3 or 4 different movements, okay, that are central to a powerful morning Qigong practice. I'm just going to open a window here. Okay, so we're going to go through 3 or 4 movements and talk about why they're so useful for Qigong in the morning and how that actually helps you throughout the rest of your day. I think part of my goal and my job here as a Qigong teacher is to show up every day and to share with people what this ancient practice is, how it can be useful for people in the West, and how these techniques can make a huge change to your life, okay? And so why would we do Qigong practice in the morning? We do Qigong practice every morning because we just spent the last 8 hours not moving, right? We just spent the last 8 hours sleeping. And so what we want to do first thing in the morning, and actually high performance science shows this. If you ask high performance coach Brandon Burchard, what he does in the morning is he gets up first thing, and what part of his morning routine is he moves for 20 minutes. He stretches, he does breath work. He has said in interviews that he does Qigong practice as well. And the reason is that when we get up in the morning, we want to bring movement into our body. And so Qigong has lots of great self-massage, stretches, breathing techniques. And right now there's a huge movement happening all around the world promoting the importance of breath work. It's so important that we connect to our breath and that we open up our rib cage and that we breathe, because what happens throughout the day is we lose connection to our breath. We start to breathe more shallow as we deal with stresses, and that actually locks and bakes stress into our bodies. So what we want to do every morning is we want to breathe deep and open the lungs. And in a few minutes here, I'll show you some movements. And if you can't stick around for this live stream, subscribe to the channel and try some of my new upcoming routines so you can get a taste of what some of these movements are. Okay, other reasons we want to do Qigong in the morning is part of Qigong isn't just the movements. Qigong isn't like running or weightlifting. There's actually some intention that we bring into the movements to cultivate our state of awareness, our consciousness, how we feel. Okay, so we want to use Qigong to actually cultivate, for example, inner peace, centeredness, relaxation, resilience. We can do that through showing up to our Qigong practice on a regular basis, okay? So 2 big things. We want to move every morning. We want to stretch. We want to undo stress and tension so that we feel awesome throughout the day, and we're actually doing preventative maintenance as we're getting older, right? It's so important that we continue to move in a variety of ways as we age, because that's going to help prevent so many issues that happen as we get older. And then we also want to do Qigong every morning because it helps us to set the intention and the energy that we're going to bring into the day. And then, so let's dive in. So here are the 4 movements I'm going to show you this morning. I'm going to show you each of these movements because I think that they help to describe some of the qualities that we want to build into our Qigong practice. And so the first one is, it's called spinal cord breathing. Okay, this is a foundation. This morning, went outside. I actually did 10 of these movements outdoors. I think it's so important that we get outside, that we move and we stretch every day. Okay, so this one's called spinal cord breathing. So the knees are bent, the feet, toes point forward. And what you do is you just inhale and open up the rib cage. You keep your hands nice and relaxed. And then you exhale, tuck the tailbone and round. I'll show you from the side as well. So it's just a simple movement like this. Inhale. And then exhale, round the spine. Push all the air out. And what's so good about this movement is that it brings the movement into the spine right away. We want to have a strong, supple, and flexible spine. Those are some of the indicators that we have a healthy spine. And the spine is part of the brain. It's part of our overall nervous system. And so we want to make sure that that spine is healthy and that it's doing well. And doing these sorts of movements help, because we end up sitting so long throughout the day. We don't move the spine in our culture in the West. We don't really think about this. And so we end up getting a lot of excess stress and tension in the spine, which is not good. And then also what's great about this movement is that we're breathing deep, right? As you inhale, you're actually opening up the rib cage, which actually opens and expands how much we can breathe. And when you combine that massaging of the spine with the opening of the rib cage and the fullness of breath, helps to clear stress, promotes mental focus, creates feelings of wellness and balance, because we're moving the spine, we're breathing deep, and we're also bringing our mind away from ideas and thinking about things, and we're feeling into the body. So that's great as well. Also, what's great about this movement, it can be really good for digestion as well, because you're massaging the internal organs as you do this movement, and likely more than I can share here in this video. So that's one movement. We want to bring movement into the body. We want to bring some breath. The next thing we want to do in a Qigong practice in the morning is you want to activate the energy. In China, you'll see people all over China in parks practicing Tai Chi and Qigong. And what they're doing, especially as older people, these people are very aware of the importance of maintaining their health, because this practice is a 3,000-year-old practice originating from China. And it's now being brought into the West, and so we can use it for our own daily lives. So you want to activate our energy. So I'll show you this movement. It is called Qi massage, okay? And it looks a little different than what we're used to in the West. It's a different type of exercise, but it feels really good. And actually, if you follow along, if you're interested into what Qigong is, Qi being your life force energy, and Gong meaning to be skillful with, you can actually feel the buzzing and tingling sensation of your Qi from this movement, okay? None of this Qi sounds very fancy, and it is when you get deep into it, but just in terms of daily maintenance, the Qi is very simple, and it doesn't need to be magical. You clearly have an energy, you're walking around, you're breathing, you're thinking thoughts, you're warm, right? So we're just gonna activate that life force energy through this practice. So you knock up and down this, sorry if I knock my mic here. You just knock on your sternum. And if you didn't have a mic, you'd knock up and down the sternum. And you breathe deeply. Now the heart in Qigong theory is said to be the controller of emotions. And so when we knock on the heart center, and you can actually just try this yourself and feel it, and you inhale through your nose. If you want, you can exhale through your mouth. It helps to clear emotional stress. Okay, so we activate some of the energy here in this part of the body and clear some stress. Good thing to do first thing in the morning. Then you actually want to tap down the inside of the arm to the wrist. Okay, so we're tapping all the muscle here, all the nerves in the arm, blood vessels. And in Qigong theory, there's the idea of meridians. So these meridian pathways are how Qi, different types of Qi are circulating through the body. So we're actually doing a bit of acupressure on these parts of the body. Okay, so this is super good to do every morning. You want to get up, you want to tap, you want to breathe. All right, we'll come across the other arm. Okay, and then you can even tap the back. Okay, that's really good. And then we want to tap down the sides of the legs, and then up the inside of the legs. Helps to increase blood circulation, Qi flow, activates the body's energy, promotes lymph drainage. Okay, now tap underneath the abdomen. Take a deep breath. Exhale through the mouth as you slow down. Relax hands to the side. And if you followed along, you might notice a little shift. So as you stand here, you relax through your body. See if you feel any warmth, coolness, buzzing or tingling in the hands. If you do, congratulations. If this is the first time you've tried this, you just activated your Qi and your life force energy. Okay? Let's see what people are saying here in the chat. People are saying hi. Hello, everyone. Welcome. My name is Jared, of course. This is Effortless Qigong. And this morning, what we're talking about is why we should practice Qigong in the morning. And we're talking about some of the movements we want to do. First one we did was spinal cord breathing, opening up the ribs, taking deep breaths. Deep breathing, so important to do in the morning. And in Qigong, there's actually like thousands of movements that we can do to breathe, right? The next movement we did was Qi massage. So we did a full body tapping to activate the body. We want to activate our energy first thing in the morning. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of strengthening. Okay, so Qigong is a really light form of exercise compared to others, which is really fantastic if we are wanting to get some exercise in and the benefits of exercise, but we don't want to like drain our energy too much first thing in the morning. Or as we're getting older, these types of exercises we can invest in at any point in our lives and continue to do until we're 120. And they will continue to actually help us promote that longevity and all the things we want, right? So this next movement is called the tiger squat, and it's one of the ways we strengthen the body in Qigong. It's also a bit of a breathing exercise too. So what we'll do is you inhale, the arms come up, you lengthen, open up the body, and as you exhale, you bend the knees, and you do a squat. So you can go as low as you want. If you want to go all the way down, like I can, you can do that. If it's just like a small squat, you adjust it to work for your body. Inhale up. And as you exhale, you're clearing stress. You're doing the squat. And then you come on up. Now, this type of movement, the squat, is an indicator of our longevity. That's a good sign that we're maintaining the health of our bodies. Okay, now inhale up. We'll do it one more time, and then exhale down, and then float on up. So that's the tiger squat. And you can find all of these movements in my routines here on Effortless Qigong. I'm uploading routines all the time, and you can also find these routines on the Effortless Qigong Elevate membership app, which the 14-day free trial is live. All right, so the next movement we're doing is the flow. Now the flow is one of the aspects of a Qigong practice that makes it so different from other types of exercise. So if you think about what we did already in this practice, is we did full deep breathing, right? We brought in that air energy. We activated our body's energy. We did some strengthening that created some warmth and activation in our muscles. We cleared stress, right? So we did all this already, and you could do this in 5 minutes with the Qigong practice. After you've done all this activation, then we want to do the flow. And the flow part of Qigong is a relaxing, meditative movement that helps to calm and relax, create a sense of groundedness and peace, and it circulates that energy. And you can start to gain that awareness through the practice. But in the beginning, we're really focusing on using these slow movements as a way of relaxing, clearing the mind, and setting a strong intention of how we want to show up in the day. Because we want to show up in the day in a way that's resourceful, that is strong, that's joyful and resilient. And these types of practices really help with cultivating those. So a flow we can try is called Buddha holds up the earth. And so your hands come low, palms face up. And as you inhale, the hands float up, palms turn. Don't worry about it being perfect on day one. The hands face the sky as you're inhaling, and then exhale, they float down. And you relax. This is not a stretch. It is combining movement with gentle breath and mindfulness. So you inhale up. And exhale, hands float down. It feels really good. It looks different if you're new to Qigong, but if you've been practicing for a while, this feels so good. Inhale, hands float up. You're relaxing through all the tendons into your arm, face, neck, and shoulders, and just flowing here. You can feel the energy changing, becoming more smooth. Inhale up. Now this is a movement for the lungs. The lungs are associated with this time of year in the Chinese medicine calendar. So this is actually a really great movement to do every morning. And if you have access to nature, like a park, or you live with, like me, I have the ocean here. So beautiful. And it's not too cold. It is getting colder, which is why I'm inside today. This is a great movement to do outdoor in fresh air. You're relaxing, you're thinking, you're tuning into your body, you're relaxing. Now, something about the feet in Qigong, actually, is the knees are slightly bent, the toes are facing forward, and you really just have an overall relaxed posture, generally, okay? And then inhale up, one more time. And exhale. Hands float down. And there we have it. Those 4 techniques make up the core of a morning Qigong routine. We want to get up in the morning, we want to stretch and breathe, okay? We want to get up in the morning, we want to activate the life force energy. We want to do a bit of conditioning, right? Some squats, maybe some core exercises. And we want to do some nice flows to help circulate the energy and to cultivate that state of consciousness that we want. See, what Qigong does is it really helps us to cultivate our life force energy in a way that other forms of exercise don't necessarily do, but they also can help with. So I think Qigong actually fits into a healthy lifestyle, right? Running, lifting weights, these other things that we can do. But I think Qigong is a really light and easy form of exercise for creating that clearing stress and cultivating a high quality energy. And that's why I've created Effortless Qigong, the YouTube channel. So make sure you subscribe and find some time this week to actually practice Qigong. I recommend you do it in the morning. I have lots of free routines, morning routines here on YouTube that you can try. And just try it as an experiment, right? When you're getting into studying Qigong, you're learning a new way of seeing your body, maybe even of seeing parts of reality. And so it requires open-mindedness, but you don't need to believe in anything, right? You can do an exercise just by trying it out, right? You can see how it makes you feel. And I've gone into offices, I've taught live classes, and when I do, it's amazing how people can shift in just 10 minutes. They go from feeling stressed, tight, to relaxed, energized, open, laughing, joyful. So, our bodies are this incredible vehicles that we have, and we want to learn to exercise it and to work it in ways that promote the things that we want in life. We want to feel more joyful. We want to feel more resilient. We want to have ways we can clear stress as things are building up throughout the day. And Qigong offers us a toolkit to do all of that. Okay? Now, Qigong is a deep and ancient exercise. So as we're learning about it, we're going to be coming across lots of different ideas. But as a fundamental modern approach that I'm trying to take, while also honoring this ancient practice, is that Qigong is a fantastic practice for the modern world to clear stress, to improve energy, and to promote longevity. We want to live long, healthy lives, okay? And I think Qigong as a foundational practice is perfect for cultivating that. So thank you so much for tuning in today, watching this live stream. We went over why we should practice Qigong in the morning. We went over some fantastic Qigong moves. It means so much to me that you're here. And if you are here watching this, you're actually pretty rare because you value health. And in an age where we have so much distraction and toxic food and stuff like that, the fact that you care about this, I think is really, really beautiful. And I'm grateful that you're here. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're interested in these lives. If you want to have updates when I release new videos, make sure you have the notification bell on that you're subscribed. And also check out the Effortless Qigong Elevate app. You can sign up for the free 14-day free trial, which is risk-free. You can cancel, you can sign up if you're afraid of that renewal, just cancel it and just try the app for 14 days. And then I love your feedback on the app, because I want to make this app a place where people can come as a community and practice Qigong and really take away from this practice in a powerful way. Okay, so that's everything. Subscribe, let me know what you think. And I plan to do a live tomorrow as well. Okay, so stay tuned, and I will see you in the next one. Peace. Keep it effortless. Also, I am going to go live later today, and it's going to be more casual. So later today, make sure you stay tuned. If you haven't subscribed, do it so you get the notification when I go live, because I'm going to be talking about just breath, right? And breath seems like a pretty easy idea. Like you just inhale and you exhale. Like how complicated can breathing be? But breathing actually is an amazing practice. Learning breath work can really change your life and show you lots of new things that you never even thought was possible. So I'll be talking a bit about that and my own personal exploration of the breath in terms of Qigong, but also pranayama and a lot of modern approaches to breath work. It turns out that high-performing athletes, CEOs, military personnel, all these high-performing people who really need to show up every day actually practice breath work in different ways because it's that powerful. And Qigong, if you haven't noticed already just from following along, breath work is central to what we're doing in Qigong. So to me, Qigong is it's like breath work plus, because it's like breath work plus all these various movements that we're doing. And I also think pranayama and breath work, just sitting down, has its own unique benefits as well. So we'll get into more of that over time. So thank you so much for joining. I'll talk to you again soon. Stay well, stay happy, keep cultivating that high quality energy, and keep it effortless. And I will see you in the next live.